I was watching an old interview of Marilyn Monroe. I think it was the last interview she gave before her death. And as I watched the video, my eye kind of detected something strange going on around her. Immediately around her in like her personal space, the field that surrounds her. So I watched the video several times. I went very slowly, and this is what I found. She's playing badminton, and she's on a lawn under some trees. The video is very old, so green and purple keep showing up in the video because it was made a long time ago. Here she is. This is when things start to get strange. She's holding the badminton. She's walking backwards to try to make the badminton shot. And it appears that she has become two people. One, you can see a smoother skin, like human skin. The other, you can see an arm extending down this green, and it has a pattern to it. It's very rough. You can see the two arms closest to the camera to see what I mean, and then the two arms on the other side of her. Could it just be, a trick of motion? Well, this is where it gets really strange. This would be her left shoulder, and as you can see, there's two shoulders and two arms coming down. The one above is the green one with the very rough texture. And looking at her face, the left side of her face has morphed into something totally different. The right side is trying to morph. There's a very rough texture. That part of her face has become a dark green. It appears that she is splitting into something else, or something else can be seen emerging out of her, like she and this other thing are not totally completely in sync. So as she moves back, as she runs back, you can see there's a discrepancy there, and the thing that is occupying her is not keeping up with her somehow, and it is emerging. The texture of the skin, not only the skin and the hair changed, and you can see actual horn-like protrusions coming out. As she continues running backwards, you can see that now there's very clear discrepancy. There is a face on the right, and then if you look to your left, you'll see Marilyn's face. Look to the right, and you see a face. Now, this is before the action, before she moved further back. She's in the process of running backwards. This is a very good perspective here, because as you look to the right, you can see a division line going down her body. That is a rougher part in the dark area, which is the dark green. It extends all the way down her body and is very heavy on her left side, which would be the side closest to the camera. Now the face of a gray has appeared on her upper left arm near her shoulder. There was a gray watching her near a tree. I'm going to show you that before she began to run backwards. Here's that area that is very shaded, and it looks like parts of her body are actually dematerializing, the upper portion of her body. You can see it a little bit more clearly here. There is motion because she's running back, but this is just too strange. I think there's more going on. Here's another view showing the top part of her body disappearing, and you can see the entity emerging from her. very clearly if you look off to the right. This is when her face first starts to look strange as she's backing up. Now you see something looking out of the side of her face at you, looking straight ahead. As she continues to back up, something within her is emerging and separating from her. Her face looks very odd. Here you can see the face looking straight ahead. It would be to your right. Notice how her face is morphing. Her arm begins to morph in this scene right here. Her hand disappears. There's something on her neck that looks like a gray looking out. The morphing continues. You can see what I believe is a reptilian entity looking out, straight out now, on the right side of her face. The left arm disappears and the texture on her skin changes. More morphing as she continues to walk backwards. There's a disturbance to her left, and you can see what appears to be a little gray behind the tree watching her.